Shalom Ma'ala viewers. This week is Parshat Vayeitzei, and I'd like us to start from the beginning, when Yaakov leaves his father's home and goes to Charan to find a wife. Chapter 28, Perek Chavchet, Pasuk Yud, verse 10. Vayeitzei Yaakov mi Be'ersheva, and Yaakov left Be'ersheva, Vayelach Charana, and he went to Charan. This seems like an innocuous statement. He left his father's home, Be'ersheva, and went to Charan. However, it's actually extraneous, because we know this comment already from last week's Parsha. If you turn back to Parshat Toldos, same chapter 28, verse 5, we're told, Vayishlach Yitzchak et Yaakov, Yitzchak sent Yaakov, Vayelach Padan Aram, and he went to Padan Aram. Laban ben Besuel Harami, Achi Rivka, Em Yaakov Esav. To Laban, the son of Besuel, the Aramean, the brother of Rivka, the mother of Yaakov and Esav. So already in verse 5, we're told that Yaakov leaves his father's house and goes towards Laban's house. And we're told the same thing again. Verse 6. Vayar Esav ki berach Yitzchak et Yaakov. Esav saw that Yitzchak blessed Yaakov, v'shilach oto Padan Aram, and sent him to Padan Aram, lakacha lo misham isha, to find a wife. B'varcho oto, when he blessed him, vayitzav alav lemor, and he commanded him, saying, Lo tikach isha mibnos Canaan, do not marry a Canaanite woman. Vayishma Yaakov el aviv, and Yaakov listened to his father, ve'elimo, and to his mother, vayelach Padan Aram, and he went to Padan Aram. So already in Parshas Toldos, we're told Yitzchak commands Yaakov to go to Padan Aram, and in verse 5 we're told he went there. And then again, in verse 7, in verse 6, Esav listens and he hears, oh look, my father sent Yaakov to go to Padan Aram to find a wife who's not a Canaanite woman. Well, I'm going to do that too. And the very end of the Parsha tells us how Esav married Yishmael's daughter, also a relative. So it's clear that Yaakov has already left his father's home. Why are we told again, at the beginning of this Parsha, that Yaakov leaves Be'ersheva and he's going to Charan? Why the repetition? I would like to point out that for our intents, Padan Aram and Charan are the same area. So although it's a different name, it is referring to the same place, which just makes the question stronger. Why are we told again that Yaakov leaves and comes? Let's look at Rashi. Vayeitzei Yaakov, and Yaakov went out. Ayodei shebishvil sheraot benos Canaan b'nei Yitzchak aviv halach Esav el Yishmael. Since Esav saw that Yitzchak didn't like the daughters of Canaan, Esav went to Yishmael and he married one of Yishmael's daughters. Hifsik Hanyan b'Parshato shel Yaakov. The story of Yaakov was stopped in the middle. It was interrupted with the fact that Esav married one of Yishmael's daughters. Uktev vayar Esav ki berach v'gomer. U'mishagamar, but when it finished, that little interruption about Esav, chazar le'inyan harishon. It returned to the first fact. So the first reason why Rashi says that this fact is repeated is because the story was interrupted. We were hearing all about Yaakov goes, and then we would be told that Yaakov came to Charan. But instead, in the middle is stuck in the fact that Esav married a daughter of Yishmael because he saw Yaakov left to also marry a relative. So now that we're returning to our story, we repeat the last fact, kind of to remind us where we were, what was going on. And now Rashi gives a second reason, which is based on the Midrash. Vayeitzei, and he went out. Lo hayat tzarich lechtov ela vayelech Yaakov Charana. We only had to write that Yaakov went to Charan. Rashi's question here is, why does it say he left Be'ersheva and went to Charan? Obviously, the only way to get to Charan is if you leave Be'ersheva. You can't get somewhere without leaving. So that leaving is extraneous. Why do we need to know that extra fact? The lama is yitziato, and why does it mention his leaving? Ella, Rather, Magid, it tells us, Sheyitziat tzadik min hamakom oseh roshem. When a tzaddik, when a righteous person leaves a place, it affects it. Shebizman tzadik ba'ir, because in the time that the tzaddik, that the righteous person is in the city, hu hoda, hu ziva, hu adara, he is its glory, its shine, its glow. Yatsa misham, when he goes out of there, panah hoda, panah ziva, panah hadara. When he leaves the city, it loses its glow, it loses its shine, it loses its glory. V'chein, and similarly, v'tetzei min hamakom ha'amor b'nami v'rut. It says that Nami and Rut left the place.